Hello everyone, welcome back to the another lecture. So my name is Ashish and I hope you all are doing well and happy in your life. So this video is about the few discussion on the MATLAB result and answer to few of the queries. So in the last class we have seen how to implement the this particular block in a MATLAB and how to do the open loop simulation using the single phase shift. Okay, so that part we have covered, and from this video and from that video we have understood that okay, this is how exactly the power is transferred between the two bridges, and this is the way we can implement the MATLAB simulation. Okay, now I got some queries in the comment. Those are really interesting queries, so from those queries I thought to have another video on few aspects to answer your queries. So few of the queries is like, sir, I wanted to design the converter for 24 volt to 48 volt. What is the turns ratio I should consider? So this is the I think really interesting query. I feel another query is like, sir, I wanted to operate my converter in wide output voltage range. Let us say from 200 volt to 800 volt. So how I can do that? What is the problem which will come to do that particular case? So these are two interesting questions I feel, and how I'll try to answer those questions from this video and through MATLAB results. Okay, so you just by observing few things you can understand, okay, this is the main issue which is we are facing, and that is why wide output voltage range covering is really difficult. And another question answer is, what is the turns ratio I should consider here? Okay, so that answer I'll definitely try to answer. So let us go to the MATLAB window, and there we will try to create some situations, and from those situations we will try to analyze the few results, and through those results we will try to understand few aspects. Okay, so let's get started with this video. So here we are in our MATLAB script, the same script which we have used in the last class. So now when we have done the previous simulation, what we have observed is that okay, we have 400 volt as a 800 volt as an input and 800 volt as an output. Rest parameters are same, and when I have run the simulation, what I observe is that maximum power is we are getting at 49.75 degree, and that time what is my ratio? It is 0.1382, right? And a few interesting thing you should note it down here is that my L value is 2.13. This is the actual L value, right? Now I will just quickly go through another window and run the simulation with this value, and we will see the result once. So with this value, like 800 volt as my input, I will try to run this simulation and show you just few result which will you will understand that okay, this is what happening exactly. Okay, now here ratio constant which we have considered, that 0.138, that is there. Now the simulation is running, so you can see that what is my output? Output is 795, and this output we have already seen. I will just quickly open this and show you. So okay, 737.5 something ampere of the current and 800 volt as my output, and this is what I expected. Okay, now next thing is okay, so this is this result we have already seen. Now next thing is, what is the nature of the current we have observed? Just I will show you once why I am doing this. You just try to understand few aspects, that's why. So just try to observe the things really well. This is how you have to do the research. Okay, just observe the thing, what is exactly happening. This is the way of the, this is the nature of the current. Okay, IL we are getting. Okay, so this value we are getting at what particular value of the L, that is also we know. So this is the value of the L which we have considered. Okay, so this part is clear to us. This result we have already observed. Okay, now what I am going to do is that I will change the value of the input. Now initially I consider the value of the input as 800. Now let us make it as 1000, then try to make it as 1200, and let us see what is the effect going to be happen. Okay, so I will just quickly move to the script file and change there, and then we will come back here. So here we are in the script file. What I am going to change, I will make the input voltage as 1000 volt. Now I have made the input voltage as 1000 volt, and my output I am keeping as 800 volt and other parameter as it is. Now I am just running the script file. So you can see that again at del is equal to 49.75, I am getting the maximum power. That means my this ratio constant has not changed. So what value has changed? I have changed the value of the V1. So what other parameter has changed? So you can see here my L value is now changed. So only by changing the L value, whether I can reach the 1000 volt or not, that we will see in the simulating file now. Okay, so initially also phase displacement angle is same. Okay, that ratio constant is same, so that means basically what is the delay, that is the delay or phase shift between the input side bridge and output side bridge we have provided, that should be same. Again, by changing the basically input voltage, same phase shifting angle I am getting. Okay, only thing which is changed is L value, and by changing the L value, whether I am getting the value of the 1000 rule or not, that we will see. Okay, so I will quickly move to the another window. So here we are. I will just quickly run once the simulation. So it is now 1000 volt. So I will just quickly run it, and we will see the result. Okay, whether I am getting the 1000 volt or not. So you can see that this is the average value. So okay, so it is 800 volt. So my output is again 800 volt. Even when I apply the 1000 volt as an input, my output is 800 volt. So that means basically only by changing the value of the L, I am getting the result. Phase shift between these two is not change at all, because ratio constant is same. Only the value of the L is changed. Now the turns ratio is again 1:1. I have not changed anything. What changed here is that you can see this few result, then you can understand something. So I will just quickly show you some zoomed view of this. So you can see only by changing the phase shift, it is not the we are transferring the power. So power is again 30 kilowatt as a constant, right? If I will show you the numbers of current and voltage, if you multiply them, your power is same, but and this phase shift is again same. But what change is my input voltage is changed, and because of the input voltage change, the nature of the current is completely changed. These two waveforms are like okay, input side 1000 volt is there, so that is 1000. Output side 800 volt is there, so 800 volt is there, but this nature of the current is changed now. Okay, so that is the thing which we need to observe. Now next thing we will see my output voltage. So I guess we are getting exactly the same. So output 800, so that means my current is again 37.5, which is the case. Now we will try to change it to 1000 to 1200 volt, and then we will see. So I am going to change the input voltage from 1000 to 1200, and then we will again see the waveforms. So here I am making it as a 1200 volt, and just try to save the script and try to run this one more time. So again my phase angle is for 30 kilowatt, power transfer is again same, my this particular ratio constant is again same. What might be changed is only the value of the L. So this L value is now 3.2 E minus 5 Henry. Okay, now with this value I try to run my simulation. So you can see that this particular V1 is now 1200 volt. So let us try to run this particular script. Now whether I am getting the 800 volt output or not, just try to see here. So I am getting 800 to 803 some sort of output, which is perfectly fine for me. So what we understood here, that even though the turns ratio is 1 and my phase shifting angle is constant, just by changing the value of the L, I can transfer the power easily, whether it's a 1200 volt or 1500 volt or 1600 volt. If my requirement is a 800 volt fix, I can easily get the output of 800 volt. Now only thing which is changing here is my current shape. Now I will show you here what is the nature of the current. So now it is completely changed, and that's why we need to go for some different modulation strategy, because what will happen, its peak value might be really high when we do such a things. But normally what I have so answering to the one of the query, what turns ratio I should consider. So usually 1:1 turns ratio we generally consider, and this L value we will design based on parameter what we have. Okay, so that is the first thing you should understand. Now what I will answer this question after some minute, just by showing few more result, and then we will try to have a overall concept what we wanted to share from this particular video. Okay, so I will quickly change few things. Okay, like what I am going to do is, now I will keep my input voltage as 800 volt, and I will try to change the output. Now I will make output from 800 volt to 1000 volt, and then from 1000 volt to maybe 1200 or 600 volt. We will try to change the output value. So here I am in my script file again. So I will keep the input 800, and I will try to make output as 1200 initially. Okay, my output is 1200 volt, other parameter are as it is. My output power is 30 kilowatt, my fs is 1000, n is equal to 1, l equal to 0. Initially I am keeping the turns ratio as it is. Okay, now I will run the script file. So again you can see that at the phase angle of 49.75 degree I am getting the max basically required power of 30 kilowatt. What parameter has, so this ratio constant is again constant. What parameter has changed? Again the L value is changed. Now it is 3.2 E something. Okay, now we will try to understand at this particular value whether I am getting my 1200 volt output or not. So now again my input voltage is 800 volt. Now I will just run the simulation once for you, and whether we will see whether my output is now I am getting 1200 volt or not. Okay, so it is running, and we will just see. Rest of the parameter we have keep is as it is. We have not changed anything. Okay, now my output is 1200 volt. It is coming around 1190, which is perfectly fine. Okay, we are running it in the open loop simulation, but you can see that when I will open the scope, my total power requirement, like this 1200 and multiplied with 25, near becomes should become at 30 kilowatt, because my power output requirement for which I have designed my L phase shift and everything should be constant. So this is the way we have understood few things. Now what is the nature of the current I am getting here? Just try to see the current nature as well, because nature of the current is really important factor when we go for this simulation, that is IL current. Okay, because everything when we go for the closed loop simulation, we need to capture the result from, we need to use this particular data for generating the few result. Now you can see this particular thing which is perfectly fine, and if you see this, so it is 800 and it is nearby 1200. So how exactly this is happening? This is happening just because of the inductor. Okay, one more simulation I will try to show you, and then we will conclude few points from this. Okay, now I wanted to make the output as 400 volt. Okay, so let us say my output is 400 volt and still my V1 is 800 volt. Now what will happen? Again I will run the script file, and my phi is again same. The parameter which is only changed is my L value, right? So this L has only changed. It is now 1.07 E minus 5. Okay, now we will go in a simulating model and again runs one more time, and then we will conclude few things. Okay, so my input is again 800 volt. Now I will just run it and let us see whether I am getting the 400 volt or not. Okay, so it is running. I will just see at the mean scope block, so display, so whether we will get or not, we will just see. It is running, so I am getting some 401 volt, which is my required output. Again I will show you the nature of the IL. Just see the nature of the IL, which is really important, because my output is very less, 400 volt, so current requirement will be very high, and that is why but nature wise you can see that it is somewhat this kind of nature now. Okay, now what we conclude from this? Okay, now you have seen that answering to first query, like what is the turns ratio I should consider. So turns ratio we generally consider 1:1. So turns ratio is not I have seen in most of the paper 1:1 turns ratio they will consider. People have used the DAP converter to operate from 400 volt to 800 volt range. Now few questions that should come is, okay, my inductor value which they have designed and placed in the hardware, that should be some constant number, because when you design, it is not like you want 400 volt, so you will place one inductor. When you want 800 volt output, you will place another inductor. That should not be the case, right? So my inductor value is constant, and my turns ratio is constant. Now what parameter we have to change is this particular ratio constant. Now how we are going to generate this ratio constant? So one of the way to go for closed loop control. Now when we go for closed loop control, we have the luxury to have the voltage output of 400 volt or 800 volt. Based on that, even if my L value is fixed, based on that I have to tune my controller. So what is the biggest problem is, so first query I guess we have answered that. Okay, turns ratio is not that big factor. Okay, my overall system will work fine even if I will choose some different turns ratio. Okay, but usually we consider 1:1. Answering to the second query, like what basically wide voltage range. So for wide voltage range, I need to be really precise that this value which is a ratio constant which is generated now in we have giving some fixed number. But from where this ratio constant will come? This ratio constant will come from the controller. So we need to design the controller that robust, even if the load suddenly change, that transient part will be very less, and it should shift from some particular level to another particular level without disturbing the system stability. Okay, so how to do that? That is completely depend on the controller. So it is really difficult using the single phase shift. You can basically just by changing this ratio constant between the two bridges to have the wide output voltage. It is really difficult, okay, because what are the reason? It has very low range of ZVS. That part we will see in the after one or two video, that why single phase shift modulation only have very limited soft switching zone, okay, and why we generally go for 1:1 turns ratio. So these are the two answers I will answer you. This question I will answer you in the after one or two videos. Okay, so that is a really interesting question. Another thing is basically we can go for two double phase shift or triple phase shift, but implementation of double phase shift, triple phase shift is also really challenging one. And basically with this double phase shift, triple phase shift, people have tried to go for 400 volt to 800 volt variation. But if you wanted to cover really large variation like 100 volt to 1000 volt, then it is really difficult to do that. Okay, it can be done if you have some advanced control algorithm. So if you are basically working in a control domain only, where your target is to make some robust controller, then that is the case, you can go for it. Otherwise it's really difficult. Okay, I hope so we have understood a few important things from this video, and I have tried to answer your queries. So in the next class, we will do the closed loop simulation, where we will try to learn how this particular ratio constant we can achieve with the help of some of the basic controller technique. Okay, so if and there also we will try to use some load transient, and with the load transient, how this ratio constant change automatically when we go for the closed loop. Those part we will try to understand. Okay, so with this I will conclude this lecture. I hope so this video will help you to think how we can start research. Okay, how we can think in some different direction, how exactly the things are converged to one particular point. All these point you have to keep in your mind. Okay, because these are the advanced topic. If you are in MTech or PhD only, then only you are watching these videos, and you have to do some research, right? So I hope so you will do research really well once you understand the fundamental concept pretty much clear. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. See you in the next class.